Hello everyone, welcome to By the Numbers. I'm FM Tahiti and I hope you're all doing well. I'm still recording stuff sort of ahead of time. I've had a bit of a break actually because I've been pretty busy, but because I had so many ahead of time already, it's still not Christmas yet where I am, but Merry Christmas and probably New Year to you by the time this one comes out. We've got one game of the season left against Moyola Park and we have our youth intake to go through. So I'm going to show you the youth intake. We'll have a go against Moyola Park, and what I'll also do is I might try out a new tactic in this very last game against Moyola Park. I'll tell you a little bit more about that whilst we go and look at the youth intake, the youth candidates. It looked like we were going to get a reasonable crop from the original kind of overview. Is the overview still there? No, it's gone now. They've come in. Ryan Barr is meant to be our star prospect, so let's have a look at Ryan. He's decent. Attacking midfielder centre, which is a position we don't really play, to be honest, but he can obviously play back in midfield, play him there, play him over on the left potentially, and also with the new tactic I'm thinking about, we might be able to slot him in. Again, the new tactic, we don't have an attacking midfield, but we do have people playing slightly tucked in on the wings, so he could work there, but good technique, reasonable passing and first touch, a nice spread, and his mental attributes, physical attributes are okay, so he's good, but he doesn't really fill any gaps we really want to be filled, so he's rated as our best prospect there. They've got Tony Martin at left wing back, who looks okay. Again, it's not a role we use currently, but looks alright. We'll keep him because he's on the left, he'll play left back. John Rogers on the right. It's good determination, teamwork and work rate. He's not great elsewhere, but he's got a good mental kind of basis. So again, we'll keep him. Or we'll try and keep him. He'll probably get stolen from us. Reese Hunter as a striker looks interesting. Good finishing, acceleration, fitness, pace and determination and work rate. He's not particularly good at anything else, but he's also got a good name, Reese Hunter. Liam Douglas doesn't look particularly special at all, but apparently he's quite good. Caelan Maxwell could be okay. On the left, we'll give him a chance. First touch is alright. Teamwork and flair's alright. That's nothing else. He's diminutive as well. That's his diminutive winger. So he's short. Bit of a short arse. This one. What is he? 5'3". Yeah, he's pretty short. They can grow, but probably not by much. Darren Harkin looks like he might be okay. To be honest, to me, he looks better than Maxwell. Devlin could be alright, but again, nothing jumps out there. Martin Murray's flexible, but again, nothing particularly special. Patrick Murphy, again, doesn't look particularly special, but he's kind of in that centre position as well. Andy Young, he could be a good right back. We seem to be getting a lot of good right backs coming through. Lee Mabin, again, right back in the centre of the field. He's flexible, but that's about it. David Berlin, or Balan, he looks like he might be alright. 6'2", good heading and tackling and marking, good aggression, determination, teamwork. Physical attributes are alright. To me, he looks better than his rating is, basically. Darren Alexander, yeah, not particularly special. Liam Trainer looks okay, and Connor Harrison, he's alright, but I don't think he'd get into the team anytime soon. But I'll make an offer for all of them, but it doesn't look like we've really... What we could have really done was a couple of really good strikers, for example, or some amazing central defenders. But he'll do, I think. Will do for us. So I'll offer them contracts and then we'll go play the Moyola Park match and I'll show you the new tactic and we'll give it a run and I'll talk you through it. It feels a little bit of like a betrayal of the kind of long ball system, because it does have some long balls in, but I don't know if that's because they're meant to be in there or that's just where the match engine's done it. I know a few people have been moaning about long balls. I wonder if it's more that, but I'll show you it in a second. So we are back for the match against Moyola, and let's show you the tactic. The contracts have gone in for most of those other players. Immediately, Reese Hunter's got an injury himself for a bit. I don't think we're going to call through anybody anyway, even though they're doing well, playing for the reserves already. I mean, mentioned as it stands. We're not going to bring anyone through at this point. We got them if we need them. So this is the tactic that I'm thinking of using. And it feels a bit like a betrayal of the long ball system. But we have been playing long ball for almost 3 complete seasons now, and we're still in the bottom tier. Been punching above our weight, but maybe now we need to kick on a little bit. And you can notice this tactic is called the Queen's Park Hybrid. So I've been trying to play an offline game here and there where I've had time. The problem is I'm really enjoying this one, and I really want to get stuff ready for the Tahiti save, which will probably go live after Christmas now because it's a bit too close. So by the time this video goes out, it might already be kind of on its way. But I wanted to do like a UK journeyman save, so I've gone to Queen's Park, who are in League 2. They used to be an amateur-only side, but now they're not, so they can bring in new players. And I was able to put together a team in the kind of off-season that was quite strong for the level we're at. So I thought rather than doing hoofball, which is normally for the kind of weaker underdogs, to go for something that's a bit more controlling, but also gets it forward quickly. So I went for basically the vertical tiki-taka sort of approach. So most of the instructions are actually pretty much the tiki-taka ones, but with slightly increased pressing, harder tackling put on. Every player's got get stuck into tackles on as well. This register I could change potentially to a anchorman instead, and you can read more about anchormen on the dictatethegame.com website. There's a really good web post on there about using anchormen. I thought this might work because I've got players, a couple of players in every kind of position, apart from maybe this position here, but it's just one to recruit for. And what I've noticed in the Queen's Park games is, and I will get on to the actual match once I've sort of finished boring you with this, is that if the central defenders seem to play a lot of long through balls, as does the regista in the middle there, because they're kind of like a deep lying playmaker essentially, and they've got things like take more risks on passing risks and things like that. So it quite often puts long balls through to one of these options here, but normally this option here then flicks it back to inside forward or the inverted winger cutting in a bit. So it's partial when the ball's back here and there's not much in the way of passing options on, it plays a bit like a long ball tactic. But then once you get to about the halfway line or just beyond it, it switches, or if you're on the flanks, it switches into a kind of short passing game. So I'm thinking of trying it out. And it could be that we still use the long... If this works, we'll still use the long ball tactic against bigger sides when I expect to do well against, and use this against teams we think we might be able to dominate. But what I found in the kind of Queen's Park game, there are only a few games into that one, is we lost horribly against the Premiership side in the Cup, 4-0, but we played well. They just exploited us at the back and converted everything. We lost narrowly to a Championship side. We beat a League 1 side, so the side division above us, comprehensively, 4-0. And we've beaten 2 League 2 sides, one in the Cup and one in the actual league, 4-0 and 3-1, kind of respectively. So it's not a huge sample to draw it from, but it seems to play pretty well. And it's not. I'm not taking any credit for this because I'm just tweaking what already exists as a preset. This isn't me doing much. I might play around with some of the roles later on when I've read Ihor's byline article about player role combinations. So we'll have a look at that and start the match in just 1 second. Alright, let's get on with the match. Sorry, just pause. It's before Christmas, so packages are arriving on a reasonably consistent basis. And I'm doing bits and pieces. Let's just stop and let people in. So let me check we're actually recording. Here we are. So there we go. There's our tactic in all its glory. Gonna get pounded now, aren't we? I've had them train it for the last week, so it's not like they've had a lot of time to deal with it. You can see that already got some little passing moves there, but also still the wayward kind of balls. He uses wing backs, which I've liked in previous versions of Football Manager, but I've not really used in this past. Well, in this one, I did use it towards the end of FM19, I think. Almost. I had a 5-4-1 in the end of the last one, which is had a similar approach to this. Platform for long balls and then kept all the possession for the rest of it. I've changed the set pieces as well. I've gone for the standard, when I'm attacking at least. Close. Bit of a scramble, get rid. Yeah, I've gone for the standard. Get everyone attacking, near post, far post, challenge the keeper, someone attack from deep, someone wait on the edge of the area. And a few of the people in the box have a couple behind. It's that standard all the way through. I've gone for long throws. So we're still playing for set pieces where we can. Mulhern, Bonis, gone Downey. There we go. So that's the set piece and all its action. So the target for each long thrower is Bonis in this, or whoever is in the striker role. So still having someone who's a bit target man-like, or at least good and strong in the air, is still going to work. So the fact that we've got a target man playing the role of a deep lying forward isn't an issue. I don't know how well the tactic would work if I changed him into a target man. I think it might put him a little bit too far forward and leave him a bit isolated. We can always try it. That looked like he'd gone in because of the net rippling. Right, on the counter. Bonis is going to push into some space. Long throw. We'll take the long throw. We'll see how we get on this. These how things are going. Let's go with that. I got really confused then. I thought we were attacking that direction, but obviously we swapped around. Go on, get it out. Apologies if you can hear me typing away as well at the same time. Multitasking. Go on, Ray, go long. There, no. Reevy's going long. Robinson, so he's the inverted winger. Oh. I'm not quite sure whether I want him to be the inverted winger or the inside forward, but Warwick and Robinson, theoretically, they could switch around. I'm not too bothered about which foot they need. I don't think that really makes a massive difference. Go on. It's patient. Patient and unproductive that time, but we get the ball back and we just keep it going. Yeah, back long. I mean, 1-0 is fine, considering our general form and where we are. Apparently I managed to get Siri to say something then as well. Right, roll it out. See that kind of like square there with him in the middle? That's quite a nice setup there. Gives them options. They went long anyway. Go on. Ooh, through. Kind of bounced through, but we managed to save it. Right, let's make some subs here. Let's get on Lynch on the left. We can also bring on McGuckin on the right if we want to, because McGuckin can play in that kind of right-hand role. He's more of an inside forward than he is an inverted winger, but that will do. If we can keep them back here. Not got too long to last. We're keeping enough possession. 64% to their 34%, so we're kind of just killing them off. Death by possession for this. How much going on? Shots are kind of equal. Possession's not. I think we press fairly well with this formation. At least we have done as Queen's Park. It's difficult to tell with us here. See, that was kind of long. They're getting through. I think this is a defensive issue more than anything else. I mean, obviously it's defensive issues to defence, but defensive weakness with the players rather than anything else. I do wonder if I need to drop the line a little bit. Lynch going long. Just have to hold on. I think we've won it. We played alright. I don't think we played terribly. We had a few defensive hiccups. I think we've been good value for the win. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, look at the match stats. That's not too bad. Let's see what that does for us generally. So it brings us up to 5th. So let's look at the competitions generally. We can go back and compare to where we were in previous seasons. So we've played all of our games. There's going to be some playoffs going on, but we're not involved in them. So 29 points, which is what we got last season, but we ended up 5th now instead of 6th. The season before that we were 26 points and we were 8th, so we've gone 8th, 6th, 5th. So we have crept up, but points wise, not a great showing. So we'll go and do the kind of cull, but I think, unless you've got feedback otherwise, we'll try and roll that tactic out and mix it up with the long ball next season. Just keep the squad flexible enough to do both, hopefully, and then see how we get on with that. Thanks very much for watching this season. Thanks, as always, for your likes and whatnot, and your comments. I really do appreciate them. And let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see. And if my Tahiti videos are out, please do go and check them out too. Thanks very much.